Next up, each year, the Colorado Business Committee for the Arts honors organizations and leaders making great strides to bridge the business and creative sectors across the state.
And Kate, you were a recipient of the EY Next Wave Leadership Award at the CBCA in 2018?
That's right, and now the 2020 winners have been announced. Let's get to know some of these arts superstars.
So Youth on Record started with a band called Flowbots. Flowbots was a band that I'm still a part of that really wanted to make sure that we empowered our listeners, and just singing songs about their power wasn't enough. So we created a nonprofit organization, flowbots.org. Over the years, it developed into something that far surpassed like our wildest dreams and became Youth on Record.
Youth on Record was founded under this idea that music is powerful and that music can impact communities, that music can motivate people to make positive changes in their communities. Youth on Record is employing professional local musicians to go into the classroom and teach 4-credit high school classes.
It's no surprise that Denver's becoming a more and more expensive city. Youth on Record, we're also making these opportunities possible for musicians to stay. We're trying to show that being involved, being a part of it, is also another way that you can sustain yourself as an artist.
Over our 10 years, we realized that once high school ends, that's not enough. And so our programming now goes up to age 24. We have a fellowship program where students can enroll and learn professional, personal, and artistic development skills that will see them through to jobs in the creative industry. And we've had several students who have started their own businesses. They're opening for well-known acts. They've started talent companies.
We know that the creative industries is one of the largest growing in the state. And we know that we need to keep the homegrown talent in order to have the advantage of a home team.
Investing in young people economically in the arts does two things, right? It creates upward economic mobility, but it also creates the opportunity for stories and culture to be shared. You can't build the creative economy of the future and ignore young people. They are the creative economy of the future.
Anythink is a public library in Adams County. 10 years ago, we reinvented libraries and we became Anythink because Adams County people deserve the best, most innovative, most wonderful libraries in the world.
At Anythink, we consider ourselves an experience library. So everything we do puts customers at the center, and we try to provide exceptional experiences for people that come in. We worked with the community to create this singing tree that is out front. The tree is actually an instrument that you can play. So people of all ages come to the library and enjoy it.
The studio really connects directly to the experience, which in the studio, we create opportunities for people to kind of tinker with things.
One of the things that we try to provide, again, are those hands-on, interactive, participatory experiences. What we've seen is this amazing cycle of people coming in and learning in the studio, achieving that mastery, and then coming back and becoming artists in residence themselves. We have an Artomat at Anythink Wright Farms. This is an old refurbished cigarette machine that dispenses art. $5 pieces of art. For us, it's just really a delight to make art accessible in this way to our community.
Art actually is infused in almost everything we do at Anythink. And over the course of the last 10 to 11 years, we've actually shown that our libraries have a huge impact on the quality of life in Adams County.
We know that creativity isn't just painting and music and dance, but creativity is problem solving and risk-taking and open-mindedness and producing something, or just the process of producing something.
Everyone gets to be part of this wonderful experience at the library, and we believe everyone's creative.
America's Mattress is a family-owned and operated sleep shop. We opened our stores in 2004. We have 3 locations in Grand Junction, Glenwood Springs, and Montrose. The Weehawken Creative Arts is a really unique organization, an arts organization, primarily servicing southwestern Colorado. America's Mattress became the presenting sponsor for Weehawken Creative Arts in 2016. And very quickly realized that there was more needed than just a financial sponsorship. For us, when we can provide the logistics by moving giant set pieces and moving ballet bars and studio mirrors and mattress stacks for the The Princess and the Pea. When we can do those things, that's freeing up the creative talent. And they're able to focus on their expertise. They're able to be creative. Our employees really get a sense of purpose. They're seeing the dancers, they're seeing the parents, they're seeing the enormous community support that's surrounding that, and they feel like they're a part of these grand productions that are happening. Our financial support is also providing scholarships for students within the community that might not otherwise have been able to afford to join a dance program or to join a theater program. America's Mattress really sees the benefit that the creative arts bring into our communities. It stabilizes our communities, not only economically, but it also offers just a sense of camaraderie. It's a really unique experience for students who otherwise would not have the access to the arts if we didn't have We Act in Creative Arts. And I think that's why America's Mattress is so focused on ensuring that that is available for students and adults for years to come.
It started a long time ago in a little small town called DeKalb, Texas. My sister and I we would go back up in the woods and play theater and play film. And so that's how I started performing. Art is a powerful tool for change. What attracted me to doing theater was I had an opportunity to do things that were socially conscious, things that meant something to me personally. So when I started doing those kind of things, I said, what else can I do that can make this last longer? If you do a film or you do radio, you can listen to that, you can watch that forever. My roommate at the time, Shay, told me that you're very interested in radio. I said, yeah, I am. She said, you ever heard of this series called Destination Freedom? I said, no, I haven't. She said, they're black radio plays. So that led me into doing Destination Freedom from then on. So I did a lot of those original shows, but in the last 6 to 7 years, I've started to do my own version of them, writing my own shows, all once again dealing with social justice, because that's what those shows are about. They're about heroes and sheroes of the time. Unfortunately, those same issues that they did then exist today. So the beautiful thing about being an artist is, especially a solo artist as myself, you get a chance to collaborate with different people. One of my strengths, I feel, is helping young artists, giving them an opportunity either through an internship, encouragement, placing them in a role. I can see the correlation between business, art, and the impact that one can have on the other. So my goal always as an artist is how can we marry the two? I'm very honored to receive this award. I am so honored and so blessed.
Arts and culture are gaining recognition in Colorado, and these CBCA award recipients are a great example of the incredible work being done.
You can learn all about these amazing folks who do so much to affect change at cbca.org, and thanks to CBCA for sharing these amazing stories with us.